I was going to go easy on you, not to hurt your feelings.
You f***ing irritate the shit out of me!
I'm only going to get this one chance. It's just a feeling I've got, like something's about to happen, but I don't know what.
All I hear, go get the money, so I go get it. Hate means I do something.
Hey, what's up, peeps? Welcome to Gap Sell Keenan, episode 62. I can't believe it's 62. What is Gap Sell Keenan? Gap Sell Keenan is a real live sales call. This is no role play. This is no structured or scripted shit. This is a real sales call with a real salesperson who believes that they have something I or a sales growth company could use or need. So we are letting them have their 15 minutes. If this salesperson finds a problem that we have that we must solve, we will buy. If not, they are subject to Keenan coaching, criticism, and direction. So for those of you who've never been here before, buckle up. For those of you who have, you know this is all about. So we are welcoming in today Jonas Gonzalez.
What's
Jonas,
up, guys?
Welcome, my man.
How you doing, man?
Good, baby. Good. How are you?
So good.
Are you
So
ready?
good.
Do you think you're ready?
Absolutely.
All right. So before we jump in, I'm going to give you, I don't know. Why does it look like my internet's running slow? It says I got green. Anyways, I'm going to give you a minute and a half, whatever you need to just describe to everybody what your product or service does. And then away you go.
Sounds good. So the product that or the service we do is super, super simple. It's a cost reduction offer. Basically what we do is we help any business renegotiate their deal with any of their credit card processors. So whoever they're using, Stripe, Toast, Square, all these different guys. We go in, we renegotiate a better deal for them, and we save them on average 15, maybe 35%. Whatever we save them, we get a percentage of it. It's pretty easy. It's like a contingency lawyer. We only get paid after we get you guys money back.
All right. So have at it, bro.
So I think for you guys, from what I've seen, I know that you guys are using Stripe, but if you could tell me about like the payment landscape, what kind of things are you guys using to accept payments? I know Stripe it's a smaller part of it. Most of your business is through ACH for the larger clients, if I understand it correctly. Mm-hmm. What's your payment landscape? How are you accepting payments most of the time?
So yeah, you just nailed it. I've never actually sat down and done the breakdown, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say about 90% of, 95% is done through ACH, right? We send out an invoice and they ask for our information. Our controller sends them all our info and they drop that shit right in our account. Every once in a while, someone will send us a check. We try to shut that down because that's just too much of a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. And then every once in a while we use Quicken. We're not a NetSuite customer. We use Quicken. And every once in a while someone pays on credit card via Quicken. Mm-hmm. But that's rare. I can't even remember the last time that's happened, but that's rare. We also allowed ACH or direct deposit via Quicken as well. So they can just, I don't know how it works, but they just pay it via Quicken and it goes right into our check. Well, not right. Quicken holds that shit for 2 days. It bugs me. But anyway, and then the other part is our online training. That's all credit and that's Stripe. And that's all Stripe, the whole thing. Gotcha.
So then for those that part of the business, are you trying to grow that part of the business? Does that help you get bigger clients? Like, is there a strategic side for that helps you? Like, you're like, are you okay with it being only 10% or you want it to be more? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. Yes. Of course we're trying to grow that business. Who starts a business and they don't want to try to grow it? So of course we're trying to grow it.
And then I guess when you're doing live shows and stuff, are you guys also selling books via Stripe and stuff? Yeah. Do you try to when you do your speeches or do anything like that, are you guys trying to get more? Are you doing book sales at the same time and doing like course sales at the same time? No. Gotcha. Okay. Because what I'm trying to understand basically like how much emphasis is on the card part of the business. How much are you guys generating? And you can give me a ballpark. You don't need to give me exact numbers from that 10% of Stripe. let's say.
So another way of looking at it is, as you asked that question, I start doing the numbers. It's even smaller than 10% now.
Okay.
We are low six figures in the online training department. So we have gap selling online training, right?
Yeah.
And you go there and you can buy as an individual. You can go and you can just sign up for the training, 8 hours of gap selling interactive online training. Or as an organization or company, you can go and there's company plans, right? So there's a company plan for like $2,500, another one for $5,600 or something like that, and then one for enterprise that's $14,000 up to like 40 or 50 people. Mm-hmm. So most of those people do on their own. We never see them. It's no touch, right? Mm-hmm. They set up the team, they do it. Every once in a while, particularly for enterprise, they call us and say, look, we don't want to put this on a credit card, so we have a different process and we bill them directly. But the majority of that is low six figures.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So then, just from that information, that gives me enough to understand we might actually not be able to save you guys any money on that because the transaction volume is too low. So the way that it'll work is we can get money back. Let's say you guys were doing $1 million or more in processing through Stripe. Mm-hmm. We'd probably be able to get you 15, maybe 30%, sometimes 40% because it's online sales of money back. But because the volume is so low, there's not enough fees for us to get money back for you for.
When you say fees, what do you mean by fees?
Like the transaction fees. So like Stripe will charge you 2.5% plus 10 or 15 cents per transaction, something like that. And then what we'll do is we'll renegotiate it and get you 15% of that back refunded from Stripe each month, or 30, whatever the difference is. But because the volume is so low, the fees are going to be super low. There won't be enough for us to get something back.
So it's not good for you. It could be good for me, but it's not good for you.
Yeah, like the amount of time it'll take for the accountants to run and manage that account, there won't be enough money for us making for it to be justified for us to do anything. You know what I mean? We might get some money, but it'll be like the guys will be working for something for like $1 an hour or something, you know?
Well, you don't want to work for $1. I was just kind of curious. So so Stripe takes basically $15 from every one of our individual transactions. So we charge $4.99 for the training, and we only get we get $4.85.
Yeah.
So they basically take $15.
Yeah. So let's say you guys were doing like $1 million or $2 million a transaction. We would bring it from $15 a transaction to maybe like $8 a transaction, right? $7, $9, something like that, depending on the
even at $100,000. You know, I mean, it just a flat 100, right? I'm shitty at math, but I don't know how much that costs. But they're still taking 2%. Oh, they don't. Yeah, they're only taking $2 or $3 grand a year from me. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so that's $100K. You know, $200K. They're taking $4 or $5 grand from us. That's not a problem. I don't care. They can have it.
Yeah. If you guys were doing like $100K a month, then we'd be able to get you like maybe $2K back each month, and then that starts to be a little bit more good. You know, something more useful.
More good,
yeah.
more better.
More good.
All right. So yes. No, I don't think we're fit. I don't care. But to your point, the amount of effort and anything I'd have to do just to save what sounds like maybe $1 grand a year is not. I have way other things on my calendar I need to worry about than that. So here's the question then: why did you even think we were a fit?
My thought was when because Brady emailed me back saying that you guys are doing about 10% of your revenue through online sales, and then I just assumed, I was like, okay, cool. How much are you guys probably generating? Probably 10 million plus per year. And I was like, all right. Well,
you thought we were generating $10 million a year in online.
Not in online, in total, right?
Well, yeah, but you just said it yourself. Most of that's ACH transactions.
Yeah, and
it's not 10%.
So what I figured was
when she wrote that email, why didn't you write back and say, okay, 10% of what?
I guess I figured that it would be better to ask, like via here, you know,
so you could get on, or right, because from a real sales call perspective, right, you know that you have very specific
criteria.
Thresholds,
yeah.
Right? So why would you want to burn anybody's time, your time or my time? Outside of this, I understand the structure, But in a real sales call, why would you want to burn your time and or a buyer's time if you're not a good fit?
In a real sales structure, if this wasn't set up this way, I would just be like, this isn't a good fit right now. We'll reach back when your revenue's at this rate,
And when you set these calls up, do you not at least qualify them before you even set them up to find out if they at least have 10 million or 5 million or 3 million, or whatever the transactions are?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So that's cool because online data, you can see all that stuff. So you just don't message people that have less than 5 million.
Yeah,
in
but
revenue.
private companies, that data is never accurate.
Yeah. So, I mean, you do your best, right? Sometimes it's a little bit off, but most of the time it's at least in a range. And if just not hitting the companies that are too small. And there's other indicators like how many employees do they have? How many reviews do they have online? How long have they been in business? How many, if it's a restaurant, how many locations do they have? So there's different ways to look at it. But if it was a real sales encounter and they were like, tell me, hey, I'm doing this much, I'd be like, sorry, I wish we could,
Right. So tell me why you did you really believe it was a real sales encounter, or were you hoping it was by coming up?
I was thinking that there was a possibility that there was at least $1 million in processing through Stripe. That was my thinking. I was like, oh, cool. If it's 5 or 10%, maybe you guys are doing enough that is a meaningful amount. And because Stripe tends to overcharge because it's an online sale, there's no card present. So there's a higher risk for Stripe. They tend to charge higher. There might be an opportunity there, right? I didn't think it was going to be the most exciting opportunity. I didn't think it was going to be like the biggest opportunity in the world, but I did figure that it was going to be something was going to be possible.
Okay. All right. So dude, I don't know what to tell you, right? Like I'm just not your ICP. You know what I'm saying? We're actually, I get to plug it. We're actually going to be dropping a new a new product, if you will, on our online training. We're going to be bundling with the online training. And so that's going to potentially increase the number of people using it. It'll be more value. So we're actually adding more videos and services to the online training. So who knows? Maybe that doubles us up and then doubles us up. And next thing you know, we're at 1 million. So, but right now, man, it's we make great money on it, but from a credit card fee, it's immaterial.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this is one of the easiest and shortest ones ever, my man. And you got off nice. Let me see. Wait, someone here says, Charlie Hutchinson, Sequoia Lloyd. I don't know who this is to. Someone says, I might know a contact. Can you message me to further details? I don't know who she's talking to, so maybe I missed something earlier. But what's up, Leonard Rodman? Thanks for showing up, bro. Okay, so anyways, here's the deal. For showing up and trying, you're gonna get free access to that online training.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, free access. So hit up Brady and she'll give you your code to get you in and you can use it. So my only advice to you is I get you wanted to be on the show because you told me earlier one of the reasons was, no, Matt, but I want you to tell everybody why you signed up for this. I want you to tell everybody listening why you signed up for this.
Absolutely. I think that that sales is for a lot of people, it's the pathway to be able to build freedom. And if you're learning how to be able to do it well, you're going to be free and you're going to be able to get your family to be free too, right? The only way to do that is you got to look at the people who are doing it well, challenge yourself to be in front of them as much as possible, and just do stuff. Like even if you fail, right? So that's what this is. This is like, hey, there's an opportunity to get in front of someone that's really good at exactly what I'm trying to get good at. Let me go fail in front of them and practice until I get good, So that's really the main motivation.
I love it. I love the fail piece. Everybody listening, take notes. He put himself in a position to fail on purpose. It doesn't get any better than that. I would put money on Mr. Gonzalez right now that he's going to be successful. I put money on him right now because he's willing to fail and put himself out there. So if you're not willing to fail and put yourself out there, you're not going to be successful. If your life is about defending where you are and protecting people's perception of you or trying to create an environment where people don't see that you make mistakes, you do anything wrong, you're done. It's just a matter of time before you toast. You got to Peter Principle your ass out. So everybody adopt his approach. So in closing, what I would share with you though, Gonzalez, is, and it sounds like you have this in place, but I hadn't experienced because you wanted to get on the show, right? Spend more time with some pre-qualifying questions up front. One, so you don't irritate your buyer, which you don't want to do, but also your time is valuable.
Yeah.
Your time. So don't get on a call with somebody and even schedule a call with somebody, even if it only lasts 2 minutes, that's a disruption in your day that you would have done something else and plowed right through, or could have put somebody else in that slot, etc. So, look, you have a very unique business. You know that it's a very quantitative space, right? There's not a lot of qualitation going on. It's quantitative. It's, do you make this much? If above this we can help, below this we can't. The further up, the more we can help. It doesn't cost you anything. You have to give us, like, just know what that range is and don't fuck around. Like, just only deal with the people that fit in that range.
The thing that I would say is, I think the only possibility for this is kind of like an alternative approach, is if there are businesses, like, for example, if there's people that you're working with, because we could do a referral thing, right? And then every deal we get, it's free money for a business, right? Super simple stuff. And if they're doing, the more they're doing, the more we get. And it's a lifetime residual on it. So I'm very happy to, like, let's say you know someone that maybe they're on the fence and they want to work with you. And you're like, hey, if you're on the fence, do you want to get $10,000 back this month on your credit card processing? And then boom, they're not on the fence. You got money back. You'll get money back on the back end. And you get a client and they're happy to spend more money with you because you're getting them $10,000 back every month.
So what you're saying is you'll take the call and set the call to create a referral network or get them to refer?
I'm saying that's the only thing that, not to take the call. That's the thing that I think this conversation with you, Keenan, could be useful. It's the only way that I feel like would be, other than you guys growing to 1 million with the Stripe stuff. That's the only other way that the time becomes super meaningful. That's the other opportunity, the other side.
So and the other side is the referral piece, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always skeptical about referrals, right?
Yeah.
And here's why. Not because I don't like them, but and I'm going to acknowledge that I'm no expert on this shit, right? But I'm too busy doing my job that I don't have time to think about other people that might be benefit from, saving on their whatchamacallit. Now, if my business was such that by default I would be bumping into people who had high credit card processing fees, they're like, oh, I bump these people all the time, I'll send you away, but I don't. I couldn't even fucking tell you anything about anybody as it relates to their credit card processing. So I wouldn't ask the question. I wouldn't be thinking about it. So I'd be a horrible referral as well. So again, if you're going to spend the time engaging with someone, know who they are and know why they fit and know why it's beneficial to them, not to you. So I think the one big piece of advice I'd give you is I'm hearing you a lot of what is making you so good is also could be an albatross. You're very focused on you. With you, like, what can I get? What can I create? What can I do? That's good, but you got to translate that into how do I take that and feel what's good for them from their perspective, not from mine, from their perspective.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I leave you with.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. This was really great.
Any other questions?
Not right now, but I appreciate this a lot. This did help. This helped a lot. Yeah.
I got you, baby. I got you. All right, my man. It was a pleasure. Thanks for coming on. All right, everybody else. Welcome. I can't believe I just said that. To everybody else, I hope you found this valuable. This was a short one, a different one, but hey, out of 62, they're always going to be different. So if you want to, better yet, if you want 15 minutes of my time, because I know that's all y'all do is run around saying, can I have just 15 minutes of your time? If you believe you have a product or service that a sales growth company could benefit from. We are a sales training consulting company. We have clients all around the world, and we provide B2B sales training to them. We also have an online version that does it from a B2C perspective. If you think you have a product or service that we could use that will make our lives better, hit me up, come on the show. And if you find a problem we have that we need to fix, we will buy. If not, at least you get a free sales coaching session. So Mr. Gonzalez, he is getting himself free access to the Gap Selling Online Training at gapsellingonlinetraining.com. For the rest of you, you know what I'm going to say. Until next time, peace. I'm out. DM me if you want to be on the show. Peace.